Let's simplify radicals. We're going to start with the factor tree. If you don't know what that is, it's just whenever we're going to take this number inside of the radical, and we are going to find 5 of a kind because it is a 5th root. You can start with any 2 numbers that actually multiply to get the number on the inside. I know it's an even number. I could use 2. However, if I do that, it could create a decent amount of work for me. So I know that this is divisible by 18 and 81. I know that because I can just do 1458 divided by 81, and it gave me 18 when I did it earlier in the calculator. So I'm just going to take one side and break it up. Looking at 18, I know that 9 times 2 equals 18. And breaking up 9 even more, 3 times 3 equals 9. So going to the other side, I have 9 times 9 equals 81. I can break up 9 by 3 times 3. Now remember, my goal is to find 5 of a kind. Well, here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have an extra 3 that will come into play later, but for now, let's just write down our 3. Copy my 5th root. And on the inside, I'm going to write down anything that I have left over. So this 2 times 3, I have a 6 left over inside of my radical, and that is how we do the factor tree. Now let's simplify this radical. It's a fraction, so my goal is to get the radical out of the denominator. It can be a big one in the numerator, and it can be an ugly one in the numerator, but my first goal, my biggest thing is to get it out of the denominator. So how am I going to do that? Well, first step is always use the conjugate. We're going to multiply by the conjugate. So what is the conjugate? Well, we are going to copy the denominator. However, we are going to flip the sign. So instead of being a negative, it's going to be a positive. And the golden rule of fraction is to do the same thing to the top that you do to the bottom. So we are just going to copy that same exact thing here on the top. Now, when I do this, we have special rules for multiplying binomials with different signs. It is the first term squared, which is 9, times the second term squared, which is -8. Pretty much that square root just gets rid of itself whenever they multiply together. Now, for the top, we are going to distribute the 2 to the 3. Into that square root of 8. So what that's going to look like? Well, I'm going to have 2 times 3, 6, copy my plus sign. And now I cannot combine that 2 and that 8 because 8 is inside of a radical. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to write them together. 2 times the square root of 8. Next, we're going to simplify the bottom. 9 minus 8 equals a positive 1. And there's nothing I can do to simplify the top except for to undo what I just did, which doesn't make sense. So anything over 1 is just itself. We are going to just copy the top, and that is our final answer.